Hi guys, this is Rahul and you're welcome to gomahamaya.com. In this beautiful tutorial, we'll learn how to use the spatial elements of the Elementor to create space inside your pages of a WordPress website, or to create a scrolling effect like parallax effect in your website. Like this is changing from one background to another background, and it gives a parallel effect when you scroll your mouse. Apart from that, we are going to learn how to create these kinds of beautiful animated spatial effect on your website using Elementor. So we are going to start the spatial with the two sections. Number one, we are going to learn the simple use, then we are going to learn the advanced use of spatial. So first option for the spatial, if you want to create space between anywhere, you just need to drag and drop. So we are going to create a space between top of this particular column. Okay, but if you are going to drop it here, it's like showing only some 30% area is getting space. If I'll drop here also, it's showing some 30%, like it's wherever you take the spatial, it will become the blue section to show that how much space is going to capture when you will drop it. But I want the space to be captured between these two. So how I'm going to do this? It's like unable to drop it. So first step is to go hover over this and click on add new sections. So you have to create one section first. Click here and now go to this option, drag and drop spatial. Now you can see there's a gap created between these two sections. Now I want this gap to be of certain heights. Next, this is a simple use of spatial. You can drag and drop in any of the area like where you want space. Let's say if I want space between these two, I'll drop some space. This is space. And next, you can maintain the space based on the devices. Let's say this is the space for laptop, and then click on mobile. When you look at the mobile, the space is too high, so I'm going to decrease it for the mobile. And still you can see there's like space between these two, so I'm going to this part and let me go to advanced section and go to margin option, press margin, and it's going to move up, so you can maintain the responsivity in this manner. Next, I'm going back. That part was only defined for mobile sections, and now this has a multiple option. If we'll click on edit spatial, we'll go to advanced. Next option we have inside background is the background type. You can choose a classic color, or you can choose a gradient, or you can even use the images. So I'll click on classic. Here we have two options, either to choose color, you can choose any color, or spatial. But here you can see there's a difference that it's not coming the full area. So I'll go to section option. First I need to click here and then go to layout, go to full width. Now you can adjust the height by minimum height. If you want to add some height to it, click on edit section of this particular element, go to content, and you can increase the height for spatial. And this is how you maintain the height, and column height is already fixed. And next option we have is to change it to image. Choose an image. I'll select this. I'll say insert. Next, choose a position type, center to center, or whichever the option which suits to your design, top to center. I'll choose center to center for my design. Next, repeat, no repeat. And next option we have is size. Choose cover, and it's going to cover the whole area. Next, if you scroll down, it's moving like normal, there's no extra effect. Now we'll go to attachment, and we want it to be fixed. So like whenever anyone scroll it, it's moving, so it gives a parallax effect. So this is for the parallax effect. You can use this particular technique, and you can change it to something when anyone hover over it. Let's say if I hover over it, the color of this one get blur, or some blur effect of the image will apply, or we can change the image. Let's say I'll change the image to this one. Same option we are going to choose, center, attachment fixed. Next, no repeat, size, cover. So if I hover over this, you can see it's changing. So this is going to give a beautiful effect to your spatial. See how beautiful it's giving a look. Now guys, we are going to learn how you can add the spatial to create special effect when you scroll on your website. For this one, I'm going to this section back, and first I'll delete this one, delete, and next I'm going to delete it. And now go to the spatial and drag and drop anywhere you want it, and select the spaces size for this spatial. Our main function is not to create the space for this spatial, we are using it for special effects. So we are going to advanced option, and there you can choose the width as custom. So currently is 0. You can increase the width. Before we increase the width more, I'll go to background, I'll choose a color, I'll click on this, and I'll choose red. Now I'll go back to layout option again. You can choose the width of the spatial the way you want it. Next option we have is a position. So you can choose it as absolute position. So if you'll choose a fixed position, it will be fixed throughout this section. So wherever you will move, it will be fixed continuously. So fixed option for us is not appropriate now. Like for this one, if you'll see, this is fixed, so if you'll move also, it will be there. Similar way this one is there, but we are not here to learn the fixed option, we are here to learn the animation for spatial. I'll click on absolute, and then we have two options, horizontal orientation. So for understanding the orientation, I'll hover over this section, and you can see this section, this column has a limitation of this line, and here it has a limitation of this line. So inside the orientation, you can choose right or the left sections. So this is just to tell this is the head part and this is the leg part. And next we have option of offset. So make sure if you're using these offsets, you should make it responsive on all devices to make it better. So it's better you can hide it on mobile in case of mobile, but make it visible on laptop and iPad or the tablets. So I'm going to give some offset. Let's say this much offset I've given it. This is for the horizontal offset and this is for the vertical offset. You can increase the value by typing here anything. It's giving a limitation, but there's no limitation, but you can increase the anything. For here also you can increase it to any value. I'll increase the offset value for horizontal now. Next, if you scroll down, you'll find motion effect. Inside motion effect, we want it to scroll. Whenever anyone scroll up and down for this particular screen, it should move. For that we want one side scrolling. either horizontal, let's say you increase the speed, and if I moving, see, you can see like it's moving up and down. So my design was horizontal scroll. I'll undo this, I'll choose horizontal scroll, and this is how it's gonna work when you will scroll your mouse. Similarly, we are going to create one more spacer. I'll right click on this and I'll say duplicate. Now to see both the sections, I'll go to navigations. This is really helpful when you have overlapping of the elements. So I'll go to this part and it will take me to the correct section, and there I have two spacers. For one more spacer, I have to change the position offset value. See, this is how it's moving away from it. I want it to be in the center part of it, then I'll move it like this, so it will be like moving toward each other. So if you are choosing this one for motion, I'll go to this one horizontal to left to right, then it will be right to left. See, both the things are moving in a one direction. So if I'm choosing right to left, this will be like meeting at one point. So this will be your design. You can create n numbers of spacers like this. Duplicate this and go to again advanced section, put the offset value somewhere to the above, change the width, go to motion and choose rotate. Speed will be this much, so it will be like rotating effect. You change the color for each and every part. Go to background, change the color for this one, I'll make it blue, and for this one I'm going to make it something yellow. So now it's looking quite awesome, right? So this is how you are going to do experiment on the spacer to create a beautiful effect, but make sure you should make it responsive on each and every device, or else you're going to lose the effects or your creativity. So I hope you find this video useful. If you did, give thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more further updates. Thank you.